Welcome, listeners of Channel 88.1 FM, KFHC, Ponca, Sioux City, and KOIA Storm Lake. Hey, so glad that you set your dials to this FM station. I am more than tickled that you made the decision to spend time with us. This show is Faith in Action. I'm your host, Joanne Fox, and I want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Mary's Choice, because Mary's Choice is a pregnancy resource center in Sioux City, Iowa, and they sponsor this show. So we are very grateful for their support. Now, here's the show today. Very excited. And oh, by the way, we're thrilled if you are listening when it actually airs Monday at 9 a.m. or Saturday at 7 p.m. But now we are on 12 different, what would you call them, platforms, audio platforms. This is a little past my technology understanding. But we're out there, so you can listen at our website, SiouxlandCatholicRadio.com, or go to Spotify or many other platforms, and you can hear this show at your convenience. So again, so glad that you are listening. We are pretty darn excited here at Catholic Radio because we are in the midst of our first ever Vacation Bible School. And we should have called it something else, like Vacation Bible Camp, because school has a really particular feel to it. And this isn't school. We're having a blast with our campers, so we're going to call them campers. And in the studio with me are 4 young people, and they are, we've decided there's many names for them. They are our volunteers, they are our assistants, and they are our helpers that are working with the younger campers. So I would like to have them introduce themselves to you, and I'm going to start with CJ.
Hi, I'm CJ Rooney. I'm 14 years old, almost 15, and I went to Sacred Heart School, but I'll be attending Siouxland High School this coming year.
So that means you'll be a 9th grader?
Yes.
Very good. All right. Do you live here in Sioux City, CJ?
I live near in South Dakota.
Oh, okay. All right. So you have siblings?
Yes, I have 2.
2 siblings. Younger?
1 younger and 1 older.
Oh, the middle child.
Yep.
Oh, we'll have a chat about that a little later, listeners. So now I'd like Wesley to introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Wesley. I am 12 years old. I'm going into 7th grade. I live near Sioux City, and
Wesley, do you have a last name? I'm just curious.
Yes. My last name is Van Hunnick.
Okay. And siblings?
I have 7 siblings. I am the oldest of all of them.
All right. The oldest child syndrome. Oh, yes, I understand. So now, Sophie.
Hi, my name is Sophie. I'm 13 years old, and I go to North Middle School.
Okay. And Sophie, I'm just going to, because we have microphone issues, again, listeners, we are a poor Catholic radio station, so we have to share microphones. And I understood what Sophie said because literally I can almost reach out and touch her. But I'm going to have her repeat what she just said and maybe slow down just a tad.
Hi, my name is Sophie. I'm 13, and I go to North Middle School.
13, okay. And in North Middle School, what grade are you in?
I'm going into 8th grade.
Going into 8th grade. And do you have a last name as well?
Yes, Wilson.
Okay, very good. Siblings?
Yes, I'm the youngest of 2 siblings.
Youngest of 2 siblings. Okay, so now we got the baby of the family. All right. And that now brings us to Taylor. So Taylor, tell the listeners a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Taylor Cotter. I'm 12 years old. I go to Hinton. I'm going into 7th grade. I live in Sioux City currently, but we're moving soon. I'm the oldest of 3 kids.
Oldest of 3, so we got to... All right, so now we know a little bit about each one of you and where you're at in the pecking order in your family. Why are you helping or assisting or volunteering? And we'll start with CJ. Why are you here, CJ?
Hi, I used to attend these Bible schools myself as like a camper, you could say. And so I thought it'd be like a cool experience to like be like one of the volunteers now as an older kid. And so that's kind of why I did this.
Okay, so former camper now coming up off the bench to help other campers. Wesley, why are you here?
Well, I just like helping others. It makes me feel happy to see others happy.
Okay. Have you ever done anything like this before?
Yeah, I've done it maybe once before.
Okay. All right, good to know. Well, Sophie, why are you here?
Well, I used to help out a lot at church normally, and I just thought this would be a pretty good idea to help people.
Okay, pretty good idea to help then, and helping at church. All right. So, Taylor, why are you here?
My mom's a volunteer here, and I thought it'd be a fun idea to help with her.
See, and I think that's it in essence, is mom is here, and so I thought I better be here too because, hey, we've all been there where the mom or the dad or grandma or grandpa kind of strong arms you into doing something. So I'm going to just reverse this now. And Taylor, if you weren't here, what would you be doing?
I'd probably just be at home lounging around doing nothing, so this is probably better.
Oh, okay, probably better. So, Sophie, if you weren't here, what would you be doing?
I'd probably be at home or with one of my friends, most likely.
Okay. So when you're with your friends, are you, do you go swimming? Do you play tennis? Do you golf?
We normally just play volleyball in my backyard or something, or just like sit around my house.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. So that brings me to Wesley. If you weren't here right now, what would you be doing?
I'd probably be outside in our backyard playing around, or at my friend's house playing outside.
Okay, and outside, do you do like soccer or baseball or frisbee?
Well, sometimes we play on one of my friends' trampolines. We also do some hide and go seek, some tag.
Okay, all right, sounds like good activities. Well, CJ, what would you be doing right now if you weren't here?
I would definitely be playing video games all day.
Okay, video games.
Yeah.
Is there a particular video game you like?
Usually Fortnite with my friends. That's about it.
Okay, very good. With your friends. Yeah. All right, so as you kind of looked around today at the younger students, what is it you hope that they take away from this first ever vacation Bible school? What is it that you have experienced in Bible camp? I guess we better call it camp. That you hope that they take home with them. So, since you're in front of the mic, CJ, I'm going to ask you first. What is it that you hope that our younger campers take away from this experience?
That they like find it fun and like enjoyable to learn more about their religion.
Okay, very good. Wesley, what is it that you hope that the campers take away?
Well, I kind of hope that they learn that, God loves them and that they should try and return it.
Okay, and that's great. Sometimes I think we all forget, even as adults, that God loves us. So this is a good reminder. Sophie, what is it that you hope that these campers take away from this experience?
Well, a lot of these kids are doing like arts and crafts, so I really hope that they keep their creative side.
Well, yeah, we hope that too. And yes, there are a lot of arts and crafts going on, and they're making things. I kind of had an idea of what they were creating. So, yeah, that they continue kind of expanding on their creative side. Taylor, what is it that you hope that the campers take away with them?
I hope that they learn that following their religion can be fun.
Okay, and that's a good thing, too, to follow your own religion. So now I'm going to put it on you for what is it that you hope that you will take away from this experience? And Taylor, you're right in front of the microphone, so I'm going to pick on you first.
I hope to be more helpful in the church community.
Very good. And, of course, we all need that. We need individuals who can lector at Mass, and when you get older, distribute communion and maybe usher. So there's many things that you can do. And of course, how many of our parishes have parish dinners and fish fries? And that's helping too. It isn't always on the altar. Sophie, what is it you hope to take away from this experience?
Probably just help out more around the church. Like I want to volunteer more at different things.
Okay. And then, Wesley, what is it that you hope to take away from this experience?
Well, I just want to become a better server. That's probably what I'd want to do.
Okay. Are you old enough to be an altar server? I guess I'm
Yes.
kind of out of that mix now.
Yes, I am an altar server at St. Mike's.
All right. Excellent. Well, CJ, what is it that you hope to take away from this experience?
I went to see that the kids come like full circle with the 4 like messages of our camp this week, and that they realize or understand what it means.
Okay. Maybe because I am old and can't remember anything anymore, what are the messages?
There was bold, there was
I think,
loud, proud,
yeah.
and brave.
Okay. Brave, loud, proud, bold. And maybe not in that order, but we're close enough, aren't we? Yeah, I think so. So, now, final question, because then we have to take a break, as we always do, to give a shout out to our supporters and our underwriters. What was the best part about being on the radio? Oh, CJ, the best part about being on the radio. Or I guess what surprised you about being on the radio?
I guess like getting to talk to like a bunch of people without you knowing.
That
Like-
is true. That's what we do all the time. Is we talk to a bunch of people who we have no idea who they are,
Yeah.
and we love them because they're listening, and we love our listeners. So Wesley, what surprised you about being on the radio?
Well, what surprised me was probably that I would be talking to probably like millions of people or anyone that's listening. And, I'm just kind of like having a normal conversation with them.
It is a normal conversation, and we only hope millions are listening because that would make me feel really good. Sophie, what surprised you about being on the radio?
Probably just all the people that I'm talking to because I guess I've never really talked to them in person. So just talking to all the people on here.
There we go. And that brings us to Taylor. What has surprised you about being on the radio?
How close I have to be to the microphone.
Okay, and this is practical too because we have microphones in here. Again, listeners, poor radio station, and we have 2 microphones that these 4 fine young people are sharing. So I want to thank CJ Rooney, Wesley Van Hunnick. Is it Hunnick? Okay, I pronounced that right. Sophie Wilson, that's an easier name, and Taylor Cotter for all being in here. They are now my new BFFs, and I'm so grateful that you were willing to do this with me. So, listeners, you got to stay tuned because we are going to have some campers on the radio, and we'll see what they have to say about this experience. So, I'm Joanne Fox. I'm the host of Faith in Action, and you need to stay tuned because we'll be right back.
Tim, Danielle, and their staff have worked in public accounting in Siouxland area for more than 25 years. They have been involved in the ownership and management of certified public accounting firms since 1996. This experience gives them a unique perspective on the problems that face small businesses. They give guidance in the area of profit margins, managing payroll costs and their benefits, transition management, and retirement planning. To find out more, you can call Tim or Danielle at 605-242-6617. Tim is a 1979 graduate of Bishop Heelan and has children and grandchildren either graduated or currently in the system. Swedina and Company are proud supporters of KFHC and Heelan Athletics.
Hello again, listeners of Channel 88.1 FM, KFHC Ponca Sioux City, and KOIA Storm Lake. Again, I'm so tickled that that you set your dials to that FM band on the radio because I'm just pleased that you want to take time out of your busy days to listen to our show. And our show here at Siouxland Catholic Radio is Faith in Action, and I'm your host, Joanne Fox, and I am so pleased to have in the studio with me some campers from our first ever Vacation Bible School. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you. And I am going to start with Maria. Maria, tell the listeners a little bit about yourself.
I am 10 years old and I'm going into 5th grade.
Okay, and you have a last name, I bet.
Yeah.
And so what is your last name?
Tramp.
Okay, Maria Tramp. And what school do you go to?
St. Michael's School.
St. Michael's School here in Sioux City.
It's also City.
Okay, very good. And you live in Sioux City, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good. And how old did you say you were?
10.
10. Okay, a great age. So, Amelia, I'm going to go to you now. So, introduce yourselves to the listeners.
Hi, I'm Amelia Mand, and I'm 10 years old, and I'm going into 5th grade at Perry Creek Elementary School.
And that's here in Sioux City, I think.
Yes.
And you live in Sioux City. Very good. All right. And now, Gianna.
Hello, I'm Gianna Wilson. I'm 9 years old and I'm going into 5th grade.
And which school do you go to?
Homeschooled.
You're homeschooled. Very good. And are you a Sioux City girl or do you live somewhere else?
I'm in Sioux City.
Okay, terrific. And that brings us to William.
Hi, I'm William Van Hunnick, and I'm going into 5th grade, and I'm 10 years old.
Okay, 5th grade and 10 years old. Are you a Sioux City person too?
Yes.
Okay, we got all Sioux City people here, including myself. So, tell me about your families. And William, since you're right here next to me, how many siblings do you have?
If you were counting me, then that would be 8.
8
8 kids.
in the family.
Yes.
Okay, and I think you have a brother here who's one of our helpers, assistants,
Yep.
right? Do you have other siblings here that are part of Vacation Bible Camp?
Yes. I actually have 3 other siblings that are here.
Okay, in the sibling lineup, where are you in the mix?
I'm the second oldest.
Second oldest. Okay, very good. Gianna, do you have siblings?
Yes.
And how many and what kind are they?
I have 5 of them, and none of them are here, but I'm
Are you the oldest?
no, I'm the third oldest.
You're the third, so you're right in the middle.
Yeah.
The middle child who everybody, and you too, well, you're second, so you're not quite middle. Okay. Amelia, do you have siblings?
Yes, I have 3 of them. One of them is a 6-month-old baby, and then I have 2 of them here. One of them is volunteering, and then the other one is doing the camp with me.
Okay, I bet that new baby's kind of fun to have around. Well, very good. And so, Maria, do you have siblings?
Yes, I do. I have 8 siblings, and actually my mom's pregnant with the 8th one right now.
What a blessing. So, where are you in the family then?
If I count the little baby that my mom's pregnant, I'll be the 4th youngest.
Number 4. So, again, we got some middle siblings here, and nobody's the oldest and nobody's the baby. So, I'm curious, Maria, what are you doing here?
My mom wanted me to come here because
Okay, she thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
Why did she think it was a good idea?
Because we're home and just doing stuff. So my mom thought this would be good for me and my siblings.
Okay. Well, Amelia, you're here too. Why are you here?
My mom thought it would probably be good for me to join for something to do before the end of summer and school begins.
Oh my goodness, and that's the truth, isn't it? School is just a couple of weeks away. Where did the summer go? Oh my gosh, so fast. So that brings me to Gianna. Why are you here?
When my mom saw that you could sign up for it, me and her both thought that would be a really fun idea, so we decided to go, and we don't have anything else to do, so.
Well, yeah, and if you got nothing else to do, this sounds like something to do, right?
Yeah.
So, William, why are you here?
Well, because my mom,
she thought that this would be a good idea. So,
Okay, a good idea because she thought what would happen that would be a good idea to be a part of it.
because she saw that there were going to be some activities.
Okay, and you're not just sitting looking at each other.
No.
Okay. If you weren't here, and William is right in front of the mic, so I'll just ask him. William, if you weren't here, what would you be doing?
I'd probably be staying home to maybe watch movies or clean up the house.
Oh my gosh. Well, that doesn't sound like as much fun as watching the movies.
No.
Okay, but somebody's got to clean up the house.
Yes.
Okay. Gianna, if you weren't here, what would you be doing?
Probably reading a book or playing with my goats or chickens.
When you play
Or-
with the goats and the
or doing-
chickens, do you play tag or what do you to play with them?
Sometimes I go into my goat's pen and I feed them food.
Oh.
I pet them, and with the chickens, I collect their eggs, feed them, make sure they have clean water.
Very good. Amelia, if you weren't here, what would you be doing now?
I would be outside riding my bike up and down the hill. Or I would ask my mom or dad if we could go to my uncle's and swim in his pool because no one's there to use it. Or ask for a play date with my friends and do some chores to get some extra time on my phone.
Oh, very good. That is a good strategy. So, Maria, if you weren't here, what would you be doing now?
I'd be staying home, doing chores, and doing a little bit of electronics.
Okay, doing chores. Do you do, what fun thing might you be doing?
I play sometimes with my sister.
Okay, good deal, good deal. So you've kind of been here at Vacation Bible School, although we like camp better because this really isn't school. What have you liked about it so far?
That it's fun, and I get to meet new people, make new friends.
Okay, new friends, new people. Thank you, Maria. Amelia, what have you liked about it so far?
I like the activities and the new friends that I'm making this time.
Okay, new activities. So you're not just sitting looking at each other. Very good. Gianna, what do you like about it so far?
The activities, learning more about God, and making new friends.
Okay, terrific. And this is Vacation Bible School. Listeners, I just did air quotes, Bible. So, yeah, learning about God a little bit more. William, what is it that you like about it?
I like the activities and my favorite one is mostly where we go outside and we pretend like it's kind of like dodgeball, but not really, because you have a ball and you try and throw it at the person who's in the middle.
Okay.
And the people who are not in the middle, they try and block the balls so that the person who is in the middle doesn't get hit.
Okay. Do you think you would do something like this again, William?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Gianna, would you do something like this again?
Yes.
Okay, because why?
It's really fun, and you learn kind of more about God. You review what's happened. You get to go to church every day in the morning, and it's something to do.
Okay, and we do, listeners, have church in the morning. Amelia, would you do this again?
Yes.
Okay, and because?
Because if I learn this game even more, I could do it at home with my brothers
There you go.
for an outside activity.
Something to do when you leave here. Terrific. Maria, would you do this again?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, because?
Because it's fun, and I like being outdoors and indoors.
Okay, terrific. Well, as our listeners know, we're about halfway through this program right now, about 30 minutes into it. And of course, that means we take a short break to give a shout out to our supporters and our underwriters, and especially Mary's Choice Pregnancy Research Center here in Sioux City, who sponsors this show. And by the way, part of the service project for this Vacation Bible School is to donate items to Mary's Choice. So, listeners, we ask that you stay tuned because we will be right back to Faith in Action, and I'm your host, Joanne Fox.
Lightform Technologies originated in Siouxland in 1986 and has been changing the way to build ever since. Pat and Sandy Bozart and the team at Lightform are proud sponsors of Siouxland Catholic Radio and Bishop Heelan High School athletics. The Crusaders' new state-of-the-art O'Gorman Fieldhouse was created using Lightform technology and is the area's newest and finest athletic venue. Thank you, Pat and Sandy Bozart and the team at Lightform Technologies. The best way to build.
Welcome back, listeners, to Channel 88.1 FM. This show is Faith in Action. I'm your host, Joanne Fox, and I am so pleased you're taking time out of your day to listen to our wonderful campers at the first ever Siouxland Catholic Radio Vacation Bible School. So in the studio with me, I have some new BFFs, and I'm so pleased that they were willing to come on the air and talk about the experiences that they're having at Vacation Bible School. And again, a big shout out to Mary's Choice, our sponsor for this program, wonderful Pregnancy Resource Center here in Sioux City, and part of our service project that we're doing as an aspect of the radio station's first ever Vacation Bible School. So I'm going to turn it over to my four guests in the studio, and we'll start with Charlie first. Charlie, tell the listeners a little bit about yourself. What is your name?
Charlie Van Hunnick.
And how old are you?
8.
8?
Okay.
And you're going to start school here in a month or so. What grade are you going into?
2nd grade.
2nd grade. And my next guest is Allison. Allison, tell the listeners a little bit about yourself. What is your name?
Allison Marie Knowles.
Okay, and Allison, how old are you?
I'm 7.
7. And when you go to school in the fall, what grade are you going into?
2nd grade.
2nd grade. And what school do you go to?
Covington Elementary.
Okay, is Covington Elementary in Sioux City? I think it's in South Sioux, or am I wrong on that?
No, it's in South Sioux City.
Okay, so Allison is from South Sioux City, Nebraska, on the other side of the river. Okay, thank you, Allison. And now, Cody, tell the listeners a little bit about yourself.
I'm 8 years old, and I go to Perry Creek Elementary.
And what grade will you go into?
2nd grade.
2nd grade. And you're Cody Mann Jr. Does that mean that your dad is Cody Mann also?
Yes.
Okay, we got that straightened out. Thank you, Cody. And that brings us to my fourth guest, Charlotte. Charlotte, tell the listeners a little bit about yourself.
I am 7.5, and I go to Sacred Heart School, and I'm going into 2nd grade.
Okay, Charlotte, what's your last name?
Lohr, Lohr.
Okay, now I'm going to ask another question. We'll start with Charlotte. Charlotte, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 1 sister and 2 brothers.
Okay, Cody, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
The opposite of Charlotte.
Okay, and what is that?
I have 2 girls and 1 brother.
Okay, and I should ask, Cody, are you the oldest, the youngest, the middle?
I'm the youngest.
Oh, the baby of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Is Charlotte also the youngest?
Yes.
Okay, we got 2 babies on this side. That means, Allison, Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have 2 brothers and 1 sister.
And where are you at in the family?
The middle.
She's in the middle.
With my brother.
Another brother is in the middle. And that brings us to Charlie. Charlie, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
7 brothers and 1 girl.
Okay, and where are you at
What do you mean?
in the family? Are you the youngest? Are you the oldest?
I am not the youngest or the oldest. I'm the 4th.
4 out of how many? 10? 9? 8?
8.
Okay, 8. Very good. And listeners, if you've been paying attention to this show at all, you'll realize that I've had a number of other Van Hunnecks on this show. Your older brother, Wesley, is here at Vacation Bible School.
Yeah.
And then I also interviewed William, which we went round and round on whether or not he wanted to be William,
Yes.
Will, Billy, Bill, and we finally kind of settled, I think, on Will. I'm not sure. So I'm interested in why you are here. What made you think that this would be a good thing to go to? So we'll start with Charlie. Why are you here?
My mom signed me up for it.
Okay, and that's very honest. So Allison, why are you here?
I have no idea.
Okay, and sometimes that's good too. But Allison said she wanted to be on the radio, so we put her on the radio because I always like to have anybody on the radio, as my producer, Ann Reed, well, knows this. Cody, why are you here?
Because my brother's here and I don't know why I'm here.
Okay, so your brother is here. Is he older?
Yes.
Okay, he's older.
Yes.
All right. So, Charlotte, why are you here?
Well, I wanted to learn about more about like church and stuff, and about like more activities so I don't get bored and stuff. And my mom wants me to, and I thought radio would be good so I can talk on the radio.
And yes, she's talking on the radio. So, if you weren't here at Vacation Bible School, what would you be doing? Charlotte, what would you be doing now?
Well, I get bored so easily, and so I watch TV, and then I watch TV for a little bit, and I get bored, and then I play a game, I get bored, and then I find something to do, but I find something to do, and I have a blow-up pool that I swim in there, and I didn't get bored.
Excellent. So, you're not bored. Now, Cody, if you weren't here, what would you be doing?
I'll just be sitting down on the TV, and when I get up, I'll just go outside and get my toy hammer and break stuff.
Oh, and that's always good too. I mean, because stuff needs to be broken. Allison, if you weren't here, what would you be doing?
I would play on my tablet for like 10 hours, and then my dad would tell me to get off it, and then I would sit, play on the TV more, and then I would clean, run around. If the ice cream truck came, I would just run on the streets, go into the ice cream truck, and then after the ice cream truck, I had to take a bath. So I fill up a bag full of water, and then I zip it up, and then I have like a water pillow, so I made 3 last night.
Oh my gosh.
So I sat on all of them, and then they popped all at once, and one that splashed right in my face.
Oh my gosh. Living with Allison must be an absolute joy, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, it is. So let's get to Charlie. If you weren't here, Charlie, what would you be doing?
I'd probably be playing with my friends, joining in Jackson's, and my dinos that I got for my birthday.
Excellent. Okay. So you've been here at Vacation Bible School. What do you like about it, Charlie? What is the best thing that's going on here?
Probably the music.
The music, okay. And we have Miss Elise Burrows, who is leading the music, and she is a great teacher, and we give her a shout out. Thank you, Elise, for helping out. Allison, what is the best thing that you've liked about Vacation Bible School?
Food.
Oh, we got food here. That's true. We do have the best snacks, I've discovered. I really like the cookies I got the other day. Cody, what do you like about Vacation Bible School?
That at games, I get to see my brother.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, because sometimes we don't get to see them. We get so busy, as the four of you really are. Charlotte, what do you like about Vacation Bible School?
I like 3 things. One is music. We get to do lots of singing and stuff. Two games, and then the other one, the last one is the snacks are really good. They make good snacks, and I appreciate them.
I appreciate them too. So, you didn't ever go to Vacation Bible School before here. This is brand new. What surprised you? Like, whoa, I didn't know that was going to happen. Doesn't have to be a bad surprise, could be a good surprise. But Charlotte, what surprised you?
I didn't know that they did music or arts and crafts. I thought it was like we do church and then we move on to I thought that do different stuff.
Okay.
They do new stuff.
There, it is great stuff. Cody, what surprised you?
That I got to see new people.
Okay, new people. And listeners, we have 42 participants in Vacation Bible School this year. They range all the way from kids going into first grade to kids going into sixth grade. And then we have some helpers as well, and then we have adult leaders. So it's quite the group we have here. Allison, what surprised you?
I didn't even know I was going here, so when I found out, I was like, what?
Yeah, I would have said that too. That would have been a
That
surprise.
surprised me.
Yep. Charlie, what surprised you? That you walked in and you went, oh, I guess I wasn't expecting this. And it, again, doesn't have to be a bad surprise. Could be a good surprise.
Well,
Okay, I don't know is a good answer too. So Cody, he is waving at me, so he must have something he'd like to share with the listeners. Or maybe not. You had your hand
I
up.
do.
Okay, all right.
That if I lived with Allison, that might be a crazy thing.
Okay, and it would be because she's kind of crazy. So, Allison, one last thing you want to say about Surprise or Vacation Bible School?
yes.
Okay.
When I entered here, I just looked around, and then someone comes up to me to just bring me into my group. And I really, really wanted to be in white, but when I saw that I was in orange, I was like, why?
Yeah, and listeners, Allison is talking about the groups are color-coded, which makes it easier for everybody to find everybody else. So, Charlotte, one last thought?
Yes, I do have something to say.
Okay.
When I first got at Bible school, I thought it didn't know it wasn't a church, but when I got in there, everything felt different.
Okay, so it's a little different experience. Okay, well, hey, listeners, you know what time it is again?
Yep.
It's time to take a little break so we can give a shout out to our underwriters and sponsors and all those good folks that support us. And I have to let these 4 wonderful guests go and return to their Vacation Bible School experience.
Bye.
Yeah. They all said goodbye, and I too am going to say goodbye, but I will be back. I'm Joanne Fox, and I'm the host of Faith in Action. Thanks so much for listening.
Mills, Shellhammer, Pitts and Associates. Going with a local independent agency means that they will take the time to understand your situation and budget. Let Mills, Shellhammer, Pitts and Associates discuss your options and design something that is right for you. Located at 117 Pierce Street, Sioux City, you can call 712-258-2184. Mills, Shellhammer, Pitts Associates, a proud sponsor of Catholic Radio.
Hello again, listeners, and thanks so much for taking time out of your busy days to listen to Faith in Action. And I'm your host, Joanne Fox, and I'm having one bang up of a time with my guests in the studio, and they are all somehow taking part in Vacation Bible School, the first ever Siouxland Catholic Radio has done. So, again, thanks for listening. This show is Faith in Action. Again, I'm your host, Joanne Fox, and I want to start out by introducing my 4 new guests in the studio. And Maria, why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about yourself? What's your name?
Hi, my name is Maria, and I like to eat chocolate.
Okay, and how old are you, Maria?
I am 7 years old.
7 years old. And when school starts, what grade are you going into?
Second grade.
Second grade. And what school might that be?
It's St. Michael's School.
Okay, it's St. Michael's. Excellent. And that brings me to my next guest, and that would be Matea. Matea, tell the listeners your name.
Hi, I am Matea.
And you have a last name?
Fox.
Excellent. Okay. And yes, listeners, as I've often said, this show is all about me. So because it's all about me, I can put my granddaughter on this show, and you'll just have to deal with it. So, Matea, how old are you, even though I know the answer to these questions?
I'm 9.5.
9.5. And that means you will enter what grade?
4th.
And what school?
Hinton.
Okay, you're going to Hinton. Thank you so much. Now that brings me to Gianna. Gianna, what is your name?
Gianna Romiller.
Romiller. And how old are you?
I am 8 years old.
8 years old. And when school starts, what grade will you be going into?
3rd.
3rd grade. Excellent. And then my last guest, if he would be so kind to tell the listeners his name.
My name is Colton Knowles, and I am 8 3/4, and I love pizza.
Okay. And when school starts, what grade will you be going into?
I'll be going into 3rd grade.
Okay. And what school do you go to?
I go to Covington Elementary in South Sioux City, Nebraska.
Okay. If I were to ask you what church you go to, what is the name of the church you go to, Colton?
South Lutheran Church.
Excellent. In South Sioux City, perhaps? Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Gianna, what church do you go to?
St. Michael's.
St. Michael's. And we have 2 St. Michael's here in Siouxland. Do you go to the Sioux City one or the South Sioux City one? Okay, that's...
Is it the one by, that one, is it the one that it's like old?
It's by St. Michael
Is it
Church.
brick?
By St. Michael.
Okay, we've kind of determined that it is brick and somewhere in the Siouxland area. So, Matea, when you go to church, what church do you go to?
I'm actually not sure.
Okay, and that happens. It is St. Michael's, listeners, again, because I know this. It's Holy Cross Parish, St. Michael's Church in Sioux City. Oh, Gianna's nodding her head that sounds right. Okay, so again, we've determined this. And so that brings us to Maria. Maria, when you go to church, what church do you go to?
St. Michael's.
Okay, we've got 4 St. Michael's people in here. So I'm wondering, what are you doing here? I mean, how is it that you are taking part in Vacation Bible School, Maria?
Because it's just like school, and I really liked it in my school.
Okay, so it is kind of like school, but not exactly, and you like school. Matea, what are you doing here?
I'm learning more about God and Jesus.
Okay, God and Jesus. And by the way, listeners, I did sign her up for this, so it is all on me. Gianna, why are you here?
Because my mom just signed me up.
Okay, Mom signed you up. Good reason. Okay. Colton, why are you here?
I'm here because my grandma works with Unity Point Health Hospital, and she's in a high-level position. So she works till like 2:30 or 11, and my dad works till around 4 or 3 o'clock, and he works for NCR, an ATM company, and it used to be he goes around doing calls, and basically what he does is if So say there's like Wells Fargo Bank, there's a ATM broken.
Okay.
And they give his boss Lee a call. He will go to that bank and fix the ATM.
Okay. All right. So, Colton, if you weren't here, what would you be doing?
I would probably be doing I wouldn't be doing the club because I was really not comfortable there. The Boys and Girls Club of Siouxland.
Okay.
That just wasn't too comfortable for me. So otherwise I'd be doing the reading program at the public library.
It's a great reading program.
Yeah, but I just wasn't comfortable.
Okay. I understand. I'm so glad you're here, Colton.
It's like there's gonna be a lot of little kids there, so I just wouldn't want to like get in their way.
Okay. Gianna, if you weren't here, what would you be doing?
Probably playing on my playground or asking Mom what to do.
Okay.
Because I always ask her that.
And you know, asking Mom what to do is always a good strategy. Matea, if you weren't here, what would you be doing?
I would probably be going to Kids Camp, which is a camp at
the Sioux City Country Club. Yes, and yes, they hold that daily, so that's where you would be. Maria, if you weren't here, what would you be doing?
I would be sneaking some chocolate from my mom and dad, and I would always tell my mom if she could drive me to the mall every day.
Oh, God, that would be great, wouldn't it, to be run to the mall? So now that you've had some vacation Bible school experience, what do you like about it, Maria?
I like it because I have never been to Sioux City.
Okay, so this is a first experience for you in Sioux City and at Siouxland Catholic Radio. Matea, what are you liking about it?
I like a lot of it, all of it.
All of it. Okay, well, that is high praise. We'll have to pass that on to the adult leaders. Gianna, what do you like about it?
I like getting to run around and burn off my energy.
Okay, run around and burn off the extra energy, which the producer, Ann Reed, and myself no longer have. So we just kind of feed off of you young people. Colton, what is it that you like about this experience?
I like that there's a lot of fun things to do, like crafts and games, and especially learning about church and God, and also music, and just it's fun getting along.
Okay, excellent. Quick question. Would you do this again, Colton?
I don't know quite yet because we haven't had time to figure that out.
Understood.
But if there was different things next year and it was really fun, then yes, I would probably do it again.
Okay, Gianna, would you do this again?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Matea, do you think you would do this again?
Maybe not, because I am kind of shy and scared of a lot of things.
Okay, so you seem all right now, so we'll see later if you're kind of worried about what's going on here. Maria, what do you think? Would you do this again?
Yeah, I would do this again for like every day.
Every day. Okay, high praise. Well, listeners, unbelievably, we have gone through almost the entire 45 to 50 minutes of this show. And I need to thank my guests. Going to start out from the top. CJ Rooney, Wesley Van Hunnick, Sophie Wilson, Taylor Cotter, Maria Tramp, Amelia Mann, Gianna Wilson, William Van Hunnick, Charlie Van Hunnick, Allison Knowles, Cody Mann, Charlotte Lohr, Maria Macias, Matea Fox, Gianna Roemiller, and Colton Knowles. And yes, these were students who were brave enough to say, I want to be on the radio. I wish, listeners, I could have put all 41 students on the radio, but we only have X amount of time. But the best part is every one of our campers will have taped a prayer that only is particular to them, and you will be able to hear that. We will play those prayers during the days. They will identify themselves and say their prayer, and I am so pleased that all of them wanted to do that. So you will hear all 41 campers. So that kind of wraps up another episode of Faith in Action. I want to give a shout out again to Mary's Choice, a pregnancy resource center in Sioux City that is the sponsor of my show. I'm so grateful for their support. And you can listen now on I don't know, about a dozen podcasting programs or platforms, I should say. My technology is really challenged. But Faith in Action with Joanne Fox is now on about a dozen podcasting platforms, such as Spotify and iHeart and I don't know what others. Just Google them. You can find us. You can also find us at SiouxlandCatholicRadio.com. Click on my picture, and you can hear this show. So, on behalf of my producer, Ann Reed, and myself, I want to remind you that a faithful reaction is good, but as these young people say, faith in action is so much better. Thanks for listening, and God bless.